Well, all right, folks, we are at the Mutua Madrid Open quarterfinals, and these quarterfinals look a lot different than we thought they might. We got some surprise entries like Casper Ruud, Bublik, John Isner, big man from America, in the quarterfinals. We're going to take a look at the matchups, breakdowns, and I'm going to give my predictions for who's going to basically win the tournament going forward from here. So there's lots to get into. What's Nadal's form like? His team, looks like he hasn't missed a step so far. So good stuff from him. Looking forward to it. Thanks for being here, folks. Let's get into this quarterfinal draw.
I go fair. You
We're coming at you from the Del Rey Beach Open, Miami Open, down at the grounds.
Hey, no back to that. Dominic Thiem.
We are here with the man, Niels Raunet.
Welcome to the slice.
Well, thanks for being here again, folks. Back again in the Slice Court Days hoodie. It's on the website now. The link is below. Go check it out. Appreciate it. Like, these are the things, like, if you support us by purchasing one of our hoodies like this, it just means the world to us. So from now on, anyone who does gets a shout out on these videos, and these hoodies are only available during the clay court swing. So only for a few more weeks. So get them while you can. Nadal won Barcelona. We talked about this at the beginning of the week. He won Barcelona and looking not his best. What was his level going to be coming into this? Well, in his first match, he plays Carlos Alcaraz, his little Jedi Padawan, his like Spanish compatriot who mashes the ball, and that scoreline was pretty accurate to how the match went down, but not the potential. The way that Alcaraz hits the ball, man, is scary. Alcaraz didn't play his best, and he got a little injured in the match, but Nadal looks like Nadal again. He doesn't have any of these yips on the serve. He's getting down to his backhand. He doesn't seem like anything's hindering him physically. So that's obviously a scary sight for everyone else and makes him the obvious favorite. Like at the beginning of this tournament in Madrid, we knew he was the man to beat, but now after beating even Popyrin in the last round fairly easily, Popyrin's a dangerous guy. Now coming into the quarterfinals, this will be a huge test for him. Playing Zverev in the quarterfinals. We'll talk to that in a second. Dominic Thiem. We didn't know what he'd be like coming into this. We saw, apparently I'm late to this, but he's got a new girlfriend. She's like some type of dancer, contortionist. Everyone's like, whoa. He announced that, or I saw it first on his Instagram. So I was like, oh, he like took some time off the tour, found love. Good for him. Now he's coming in and he's ready to ball. And that's clear that he is because he's into the quarterfinals without a blip. Beat Alex de Minaur in the last round. He's a tough cookie. What's he really been doing, though, Alex de Minaur? I haven't seen much as far as good results from him lately. But nonetheless, team's playing well. Isner, though, into the quarterfinals, beating Andrei Rublev in 3 sets, which is big time for John Isner. He's old. He's like, we talked in the Del Rey Beach Open press room, I said, he's like kind of just looking forward to traveling around with his family, having a good time as he goes through his career. But he's an athlete, he's a pro, he's competitive. And he came up against Rublev, who can struggle sometimes. And John Isner like stepped into his backhand, especially on the second serves, and was just mashing balls. And the interesting thing is afterwards, John said, I don't think I was the better player out there today. He probably got asked about, he never broke Rublev, but Rublev broke him twice, but he still won the match, which is pretty crazy. But it happens when you're like an animal, absolute terminator in tie breaks. So John Isner, good for him being in the quarterfinals against Thiem. Bublik, he's been playing really good form. Since Miami, he played super good. I think he made the quarterfinals there, possibly even semifinals. I think semifinals. He's playing Casper Ruud, who today took out Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas, he's like the golden boy right now on clay. Barely lost in Barcelona. Had match points, championship points. He looked okay today. Ruud, I only saw the second half of the match, looked amazing. He looked like he was just playing maxed out Ruud level, which is awesome. We've seen him on the tour for a while, been like a young prospect coming up, but he's never really put it together that much. And he's looking like he is right now. So I honestly got Ruud as the favorite in that match, but Bublik can get under anyone's skin. Ruud's a cool customer, Norwegian. My wife is Norwegian. Now that makes me Norwegian partly, right? That's how it works. So I'm looking at Ruud in that matchup as the favorite. And then we got Berrettini versus Garin. Garin beat Medvedev. Not really shocking there. Everyone's talking about Medvedev. We saw that clip of him being like, I hate playing on this surface, like smacking it. It's like, yeah, we know. We know officially now that Medvedev hates clay, but I thought he might get a little deeper just based on how good of a player he is. He beat Davidovich Fokina, which I honestly didn't. Like I said last video, thought would be tough for him. So that showed some promise. He actually had a chance if he had won Madrid and then made it to like the Rome final. He would be number 1 in the world, which is pretty crazy. But that obviously didn't happen. Did not think that was going to happen. But anyways, Guerin played well. He's a good clay court player, obviously coming into Berrettini. Now for predictions. I think Berrettini's winning against Guerin. I like Berrettini's game on clay. He just won in Serbia. He's just got a lot of firepower. But obviously that's going to be a close one because Guerin's a clay specialist. And he's a bad man, number 16 rank. Bublik versus Ruud. I like Ruud. He's just, the way he played against Tsitsipas today, just had every weapon in the bank. Like, it just didn't, no matter what Tsitsipas did, Ruud was fast around the court, hitting huge shots, especially with his forehand, just playing super well. Taking the higher form player there, I'd say. Thiem versus Isner, gotta take Thiem. It's just like, he's been to 3 Roland Garros finals. He's just a much better tennis player and clay court player. So no chance. I'm taking Thiem there. Isner has like a puncher's chance with those strokes, with that serve. That's for sure. And then Nadal versus Zverev. Now this is where it gets interesting. So at the beginning of this, I've started the sports bet. We got a new potential sponsor coming on the show soon related to that. So if you do sports betting, get around me. I put $5 on for who's going to win the quarters, each quarter. I had Berrettini winning the bottom quarter. I had Tsitsipas winning the third quarter, so I'm wrong on the Tsitsipas. I had Thiem winning the second quarter. That's looking good. And then I actually picked Zverev just for the odds, basically. But I also think that he has a very good chance against Nadal to win the top quarter. Nadal's played more tennis than Zverev has in the last 2 weeks, and Zverev has played good at Madrid before. I think he either made the final or he won it before. Not sure which one. Should have looked that up. But Zverev you have to admit he has a chance. If he plays super good and he gets Nadal off and Nadal maybe gets a bit of those physical issues again, he can definitely win that match. So I got the puncher's chance odds on Zverev, but definitely Nadal is the favorite. So I see Nadal going through that match. And then Nadal Thiem, that would be blockbuster again. That would be amazing to see. The bottom half is wide open. One of Bublik, Ruud, Berrettini, or Guerin will be in the final of the Madrid Masters 1000. So Masters 1000 so far this year, we've seen the future where it's not just big 3 every time. We had Tsitsipas. We had, who did we have? We had Hubert Hurkacz winning in Miami, Tsitsipas winning Monte Carlo. And now it's going to be somebody not anywhere near the big 3, possibly both players possibly not in the final. So a lot more open in these Masters 1000s, a lot more opportunities for points. To me, that makes it a lot more exciting. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen from here on in this tournament? I got Nadal to win. It's just kind of ridiculous not to pick him to win. But Zverev and Thiem are definitely going to want to have to say something about that. So what's your predictions? Those are mine. Thanks for being here. Check out the Court Days hoodie. Like I said, limited time only. If you purchase one, you get shut out. Anton from Victoria, our buddies, already purchased a couple, and they just went live. So get around it, people. We'll chat with you soon. See you next time here on The Slice.